Hello, I'm the official narrator. My job is to survive the internet by scrolling through the first page of Google, reading the nicknames provided by the internet, and then giving my recommendations at the end. I say surviving because I have a bad feeling about today in Bidoof. Also, the spreadsheet's got nothing. I guess they just felt like doing the first 2 generations, and after that they were like, you know what? Fuck it. Too much work. So there it is. I was expecting it. I said it in the Staraptor episode. Justin Bieber. Do you get it? Ha ha ha. 2, 3, 4. I decided to look into this one just because it intrigued me, and it's the only thing that stood out so far. They spelled it wrong, but cool. I've never heard of this, never seen it in my life, but apparently it's a thing, and honestly, mascots I'm okay with as an idea. Like, they work as just reference material as like anything else, as fiction, video games, films, whatever. I'm gonna acknowledge, leave it to Beaver. I saw it on Pokemon.net, chose to ignore it. Denny brought it up, figured I'll acknowledge it here. I don't really care for it, and I'm not entirely sure that it'll work just because the acronym isn't a thing that people call it, like Orange is the New Black, where that's a very frequently seen acronym that people instantly know and can identify. So even if it's like, well, hey, it's a beaver, people aren't gonna get it. Also, that show is old as fuck, so we gotta talk about this. Denny, homeboy, I know you're smarter than this. I know you know better. Those are euphemisms. Fur Burger. If that's a fur trapper name, good God. And then Miss Woodmunch also sounds very much like a euphemism. 5. All right, I'll acknowledge this. Daggett, Norbert, stuff like that I kind of expected to see as well because Angry Beavers. It only makes sense. It's fine. It's whatever. Norbert, I think, is not going to work nearly as well. Daggett is only associated with Angry Beavers as far as I know, but Norbert I frequently see with dragon Pokemon because of Harry Potter, so just something to consider if you like Norbert more than Dag. And then also I saw Muffin on Pokemon.net too and chose to ignore it, although I'm fine with food-based nicknames. Just, like, you can if you want to, but I don't personally think that's the best choice for Bidoof Bibarel, personally. Also acknowledging this, I don't even need to click on it. Again, I don't really remember much about Chugga's playthroughs, but it's worth highlighting just because it's Chugga, and that's basically all there is to say about it. I don't give a fuck about it as a nickname, but if you want to reference him in whatever way you choose, there's another suggestion. Okay, so we've reached the bottom. I would consider this mostly a bust. We didn't really find much of anything worthwhile. Going over comments real quick. Apparently, you are the only one who thought of this because I didn't see it on Google. So, even if it's a dumb joke, I don't hate it. And then Justin Bieber, again, that's 6. I know he didn't know about it because I know he doesn't look this up in advance. So he has no idea what comes. And then Daggett Norbert, we already talked about. Doofus, I'm curious if he meant that was also an Angry Beavers reference because in one of the episodes, they say that Daggett's middle name is Doofus. Daggett Doofus Beaver. And then I don't know Canada stuff, but I'm guessing a nickel or 10 cents is called a beaver there or something like that. That's probably slang. I feel like there was maybe, Bucky's I think was probably like the best one we saw. This one I saw in a previous episode and I thought was really good, and I was honestly expecting to see it again, but apparently didn't. Somebody went with Scooby-Doof. That's funny. That's stupid. I know it becomes worthless once it evolves, but I think most people remember the name Bidoof over Bibarel, so I think you could maybe get away with that, and I just think the joke is that good enough. So I like that one. I thought was good. And then Naughty from Donkey Kong Country and also technically Banjo-Kazooie, which I think is probably the best and probably what I'm going to use. And the one I had, we're just going to call it a placeholder because I'm probably just going to use Naughty from now on, was I remember back in like high school, my friend who came up with the Torch Monkey name decided to make fun of my brother and say that he looked like a Bidoof. So I kind of named my Bidoof after him, but I'll probably change it to Naughty now. I don't know, maybe. So that was my thing. I think Naughty's the strongest, Scooby-Doof is really good, and then Daggett, Doofus, those are good. Bucky's. It's very obscure if you're not from Texas. Anything else that you have, or can think of, or can contribute, put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good. And sometimes I reach these outros, and I try and think of a closing line, and then I blank. So I'm going to leave the outro at that.